Do you guys want to level up your pickleball game, and I'm talking instantly? Then this video is for you, because we're talking about one of the most important shots in this entire game. And I'm talking the third shot drop. Even pros really believe that this is a huge differentiator between lower level players and higher level players. So today we're going to be going through techniques, drills, everything that's going to help you with this shot.
And be sure to stay tuned, because at the end of this video, we're going to be giving away $1,000 of Selkirk store credit, split evenly between 5 lucky winners. You're not going to want to miss it.
So let's get into it.
So you might be asking yourself, why is the third shot so important? The reason it's so important is because at this point, your team is back. That return has to bounce, meaning you and your partner are back, and most likely the other team is at the net. So when you're first starting out, it's important that you hit an unattackable ball. I say this all the time, but there's really only 2 shots in pickleball. You can either hit up on the ball or down on the ball. And the goal of pickleball is really to get the other team to hit up on the ball so you can hit down on the ball, because typically the team that hits down on the ball first with pace wins the point.
A lot of beginners, when they're just starting out playing, will want to just hit the ball hard. And that's not a bad tactic, but a lot of times what ends up happening is that ball's left up really high for the other team to attack. Again, the third shot drop is awesome because it's a shot that provides you time to get to the kitchen, because remember, this is the best real estate on the court. You want to play here. So that third shot drop is awesome because it gives you time to get here, and it's also typically an attackable ball for the other team to hit.
So again, next time you go out, don't just try to hit the mess out of the ball. Let's try to hit that unattackable shot that's going to let you be in the best spot to win the point. Now we're going to get into some tips and tricks on how to execute this shot.
So we're going to give you 5 tips that are going to help you master the third shot drop. And I promise you, if you guys get this down, it's going to help you get to the kitchen, and that's when the game gets really fun. So the first tip has to do with your backswing. So one of the biggest mistakes I see people make, especially if you come from tennis or other racket sports, is people will take a big old backswing here from the back line. Now you have to remember, we're not on a tennis court. The pickleball court is a lot shorter. It's only about 22 feet from the baseline to the net. So you don't need that big backswing. In fact, some of the best and most consistent third shot drops have a very small and compact swing. So don't take that paddle behind your body. Make sure that you are always hitting and keeping that swing right at your body or in front of your body.
Our second tip kind of piggybacks off that first tip, and it's often overlooked, but it's very important. And that's simply that we want to contact that ball out in front of our body. We want to avoid getting jammed with this shot, because that can create pop-ups and it can cause us to fall back away from the net. So we really want to make sure we're contacting that ball out in front on the balls of our feet so that we can ensure consistency. And we really also want to make sure that we're not hyper gripping the paddle at contact point. We want a nice light to medium grip pressure, similar to when you're dinking.
Another important tip that's going to help the consistency of your third shot drop is to make sure that you're limiting your wrist movement. Now, again, you really don't want to overcompensate and use the small muscles in your wrist to get that ball over the net from the baseline. You really want to use those big muscles like your shoulder and your legs to help get that ball over the net from the baseline.
So our next tip has to do with timing, and timing is king in pickleball. When you're receiving that ball from the return of serve, remember that ball has to bounce. So when the ball bounces, it's going to bounce up off the ground to its apex, and then it's going to fall. If you can make contact with the ball when it's on its way down, at that point the ball is decelerating, and it helps you make better contact and be able to control where you hit that shot. If you hit that ball after it bounces and it's on its way up, you're now taking the ball off the short hop, and it becomes much more difficult to be consistent with your drop.
And lastly, I want to talk about your follow through and then forward momentum. So your follow through should really be towards the net. So as you're hitting that ball, I want you to have your paddle pointed towards where your target's going, and then also making sure that your momentum's taking you forward. You really don't want to hit this shot on your back foot if possible, because again, if you're falling backwards, then you're more likely to pop that ball up. Whereas if you're having your momentum take you towards the net, now you're already on your way up to the kitchen line, which is the ultimate goal of this shot. So now that you guys know all of our foundational techniques, we're gonna show you a drill for beginner, intermediate, and advanced players that is gonna help you master the third shot drop.
So the first drill we have for you starting out, this is more of a beginner drill. It's a great place to start when you first learn pickleball. And afterwards, we're gonna show you two more drills that kind of progress you through this. This is an underhand toss drill. So if you notice, I don't even have my paddle. All I need is some balls. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna bend at my legs, use my core, and I'm gonna underhand toss and follow through towards my target, trying to land that ball into the kitchen. I'm starting here in the transition zone or in the middle of the court, and then I'm gonna work my way back. So here's what it looks like. I'm gonna use my legs, and I'm gonna try to finish and follow through out front. After I've done a couple successfully, I'm gonna take one or two steps back, and again, I'm gonna use my legs and follow through out front, landing that ball in the kitchen if possible. And again, I'm eliminating wrist movement, I'm using that shoulder, and I'm really using my legs and my core just like I would in a drop, following through towards my target. Once I master that, I can scoot all the way back to the baseline here, and I really wanna try to lift the ball into the kitchen.
So next I want to share with you guys our intermediate drill. This is one of my favorite drills, and it's called the slinky drill. One reason why I love this drill is because it helps you practice your drop shot from multiple locations of the court, including the transition zone, which is this area from the kitchen all the way to the baseline. So how it works is you're going to have your partner feed you at the kitchen line. You're going to start actually right here at the non-volley zone and just start practicing your drop shot form. And you're gonna hit anywhere from 2 to 5 balls, and then you're gonna take a step back. Now, the whole goal is this is to get to the baseline of the court. Again, you're hitting until you feel comfortable, and then stepping back. Now, remember all your fundamental techniques, including your follow through, including backswing, really making sure that you're practicing proper drop form. Again, your goal is to get to the baseline of the court. And once you get to the baseline of the court and you hit however many intervals that you're trying to hit, then you start working your way up through the transition zone all the way back to the kitchen. Now, this slinky drill is one of my favorite drills, like I said, because it helps you practice the drop shot from multiple parts of the court. A quick note on the location of hitting your drop. So it's really important that you don't get married to the kitchen. A lot of beginners think a drop shot has to hit in the kitchen. That's actually not completely true. You really just want to make sure that drop shot is unattackable, meaning your opponent has to hit up on the ball instead of down on the ball. So once you get a really good feel for these two drills, you can move on to our next drill, which is the advanced drill.
And for our advanced drill, we're gonna be working on drops from the baseline. Out of all the drop drills I've done, this is probably one of my all-time favorites because it really helps you work on your footwork and it emulates that game-like setting. So in this drill, I'm gonna have a partner standing on one side of the kitchen. So right now she's on the left side, and I can only drop the ball to the left side. However, she can move me across the entirety of this baseline. All right, let's get into the drill. So go ahead and give me a feed here, and I'm gonna work on that drop technique. She's gonna move me, working my forehand and my backhand, good. So she's gonna move me left and right. And I'm really working on my footwork here. And as I start to make those shots, she's gonna push me more side to side. That's gonna really help me get in place. And again, I'm working on letting that ball fall and decelerate, and then I'm really using my legs and finishing towards my target. Once she's scooted me side to side and I've hit 10 successful drops to the left, I'm gonna have my partner scoot to the right, and now I'm gonna be working on that backhand and forehand, dropping to the right side of the kitchen.
Thanks so much for watching. If you guys found this video helpful, make sure to give it a like, share with a friend, and subscribe to the PlayPickleball.com YouTube channel. And remember, we want to know what you guys want to see, so if you have ideas for future videos, leave them in the comments below.
And as we mentioned before, we're giving away $1,000 of Selkirk store credit, split evenly between 5 lucky winners. To enter, go to this link, and you can also find this link in the description below.
And don't click away because we have another video coming at you.